Coming up on Good Morning Idaho.
Well, it's our lives.
Owyhee County continues to battle the big grass fire. We meet ranchers taking matters into their own hands as officials from other counties step in to help.
I'm promised that help is on the way, but as we all know, time is of the essence.
Plus, a convicted killer now wants to face trial.
The chances of succeeding on this are, I would say, 0%. And they're not going to let him withdraw his plea.
We break down the latest handwritten petition from Brian Koberger, who claims he was convinced to falsely confess. And new this morning, neighbors in Twin Falls are calling on their city to remove license plate reading cameras.
So this is spying on people a little too much.
We hear their concerns and why police say the cameras are necessary. Good Morning Idaho starts right now.
Connecting neighborhoods across the Treasure and Magic Valleys, telling stories from within our communities. This is Good Morning Idaho.
Good morning, everybody. It's 6 o'clock. I'm senior reporter Roland Barris. Good to have you along. We start with new evacuation orders this morning out of eastern Oregon. Neighbors near Ventura and the surrounding area have been told to go now. The Malheur County Sheriff's Office says emergency personnel may not be able to help you if you stay behind. If you need help with livestock, the Sheriff's Office asks you to call them at the number on the bottom of the screen there. Call 911 as well if you are in immediate danger. The Coleman Creek fire has burned more than 146,000 acres so far. Also in eastern Oregon, westbound lanes along I-84, they remain closed between Ontario and Baker City. Boy, closing a major interstate. The Oregon Department of Transportation says interstate access is for local traffic only, specifically for neighbors who may live or work between Ontario and LeGrand. If you think you're going to get through because there won't be someone checking, they will stop you. Proof of residency or employment is required. Officials have not shared when the interstate might reopen. The closure first started around 7:30 yesterday morning. And no surprise, the smoke continues, Sophia. It's not a surprise to anyone with what's going on with the fires right now, but it's pretty bad today.
Yeah, it was bad yesterday. It's bad today. The wildfire smoke continues, but it does give us some pretty cool photos. Looking at just the sun, look how orange, almost pink it looks just with all the wildfire smoke hanging out. And it also does block some of the heat. So we haven't been seeing triple digits consecutively, though we do still have some on the forecast. And this is from Caldwell. Thank you, Stephen Bunn, for sending this in. If you want to send in your own photos, you can join our Facebook group page at Idaho Neighborhood Weather Network. And then we can also tell you about the forecast as well. We give a lot of frequent updates in there too. All right, when you look at the rest of the day though, and just even the start of it, yesterday, bad air quality. It's some of the worst air quality in the country. Today, still hazardous in the lower Treasure Valley, so this is where it's the worst. Unhealthy between Caldwell, Nampa, down to Murphy, and then over into the east. It does get better between Boise to Lucky Peak, where it's unhealthy for sensitive groups. Those groups do include anyone who has any lung or heart conditions, but generally, if you're anywhere from Meridian heading over into the west, that is where we're seeing poor air quality still, so you will want to limit the time outdoors. It's pretty tough, Roland, because it's summer. School starts in a few weeks. Everyone naturally wants to be outside this time of year.
Oh, no question. You went to the Goo Goo Dolls last night. You were staying up until 11 o'clock to see that concert. They moved it indoors because of the smoke, and that just tells you what's going on right now.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Thanks, Sophia. Well, we turn now to Owyhee County, where officials say time is of the essence as neighbors and ranchers continue to battle the big grass fire pretty much on their own. Neighborhood reporter Victoria Rodriguez has the story.
The big grass fire that started near the Idaho-Oregon border has prompted evacuations and help from nearby agencies into the Owyhee County area. I'm neighborhood reporter Victoria Rodriguez, getting a first-hand look at the fire and why local agencies and ranchers are urging for more help.
I got a the BLM and we've got the fuel barrel.
The big grass fire has burned hundreds of thousands of acres across Owyhee County, just 25 miles southwest of Silver City. Owyhee County Sheriff Larry Kendrick and Canyon County Sheriff Kieran Donahue invited us into the burn area, where blackened hillsides, active flames, and dead livestock show just how devastating this fire has become. Sheriff Kendrick says more than 100 cattle have been killed, multiple homes have been destroyed, and ranchers are still working to save what they can.
Well, it's our lives. That's, there's no No other way to put it.
Dave Smith has lived in the area for 45 years. Like many ranchers in the area, he spent the last several days fighting the fire himself to protect his home, livestock, and neighboring ranches. He says local ranchers can't keep doing it alone.
Somebody needs to get some stuff in the air and get in front of this.
While we were with Smith, we saw firsthand how quickly conditions can change. Thick smoke and intense heat surrounded us as we came across a hot spot, sending Smith into action to help keep the fire from spreading.
The thing is that the problem is this is what it's like. There's no one here. These guys are fighting for their very lives out here and their livelihoods.
Sheriff Kendrick says at least 4 homes have been destroyed and some residents are without power. As the fire continued growing, he began calling state leaders and neighboring agencies, warning the situation was becoming critical.
But above anything else, we don't want loss of life. And that's what it was going to lead to if we didn't get help. People were going to die.
One of those calls went to Canyon County Sheriff Kieran Donahue. After hearing how overwhelmed crews were, Donahue contacted the governor's office, federal officials, and the Bureau of Land Management, pushing for additional firefighting resources.
They're trying to bring firefighters in from Australia, from New Zealand. They're mobilizing military who have been trained in fire suppression. They're working with the state of Idaho. So I'm promised that help is on the way. But as we all know, time is of the essence.
Chris Johnston has lived in this area most of his life and has also been helping fight the fire. He says once the flames crossed the river from Oregon into Idaho, they spread rapidly through the rugged terrain, making it nearly impossible for local crews to stay ahead.
We've been fighting it, but it's hard to fight because you can't really get in front of it most of the days because of the wind or the timber or the terrain.
Johnston says volunteer firefighters and local ranchers have done everything they can, but they need more support. Both sheriffs say those conversations are beginning to bring in additional federal resources, but time remains critical.
And when we ask, we need help, it's nice to get it, but we haven't had it here yet.
During an emergency meeting Monday, the Owyhee County Board of Commissioners approved $30,000 for firefighting efforts and is requesting additional state assistance as crews work to protect Silver City and other threatened communities. Local fire agencies are running donation drives for those who are wanting to donate, and fire officials are also advising people to stay out of the area as they continue to fight the fire. In Owyhee County, I'm neighborhood reporter Victoria Rodriguez for Idaho News 6.
Idaho News 6 is tracking several wildfires burning across Idaho and Oregon this morning. For the latest information on wildfires and evacuations in your neighborhood, all you have to do is head to our website, idahonews6.com. An update to a story we first brought you in November after a 7-year-old boy died in an accident on Interstate 84. The father, who was driving at the time, is now charged in his son's death. Austin Summers was arraigned in Canyon County Court on Monday. He's charged with felony injury to a child and vehicular manslaughter. As Idaho News 6 reported at the time, 7-year-old Graham Summers died at the scene on westbound I-84 near Robinson Road. Summers will appear for a preliminary hearing August 6, where they'll discuss his bond, which is now set at $500,000. Brian Kohberger, the man who pleaded guilty to killing 4 University of Idaho students in 2022, is now proclaiming his innocence. Kohberger filed a petition for post-conviction relief, blaming his guilty plea on misinformation and false promises. Here's ABC's Hannah Battah.
This morning, self-confessed killer Brian Kohberger is seeking to withdraw his guilty plea, claiming he was coerced into admitting that he stabbed 4 University of Idaho students.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Kohberger is currently serving 4 life sentences for the murders of Kaylee Gonsalves, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. The friends were found dead in an off-campus house in 2022. Police linked Kohberger to the scene using DNA evidence. Kohberger, who had no known connection to the victims, admitted to the killings at the time, though he never provided a motive. Now, in a handwritten petition, Kohberger is asking for the case to go to trial because he claims he was convinced to falsely confess by coercion, disinformation, false promises, and the withholding of exculpatory discovery.
The burden is entirely with Mr. Koberger to convince the court. It is an extremely high standard, and it is strictly followed by Idaho courts.
Koberger, a former criminology student, had researched false confessions just months before the murders, writing a paper focusing on procedural injustice in the American system that has produced many false confessions. Critics suggest his paper could show that Koberger always planned to claim a false confession to manipulate the system. Either way, legal experts say withdrawing a guilty plea after sentencing is unlikely to succeed.
The chances of succeeding on this are, I would say, 0%, and they're not going to let him withdraw his plea.
The family of Kaylee Gonsalves calling out Koberger, saying he chose not to leave his fate or the facts of the case to a jury, adding, "We would have preferred a death penalty trial. We believe fully in the evidence." Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
Koberger has presented no new evidence, but Attorney General Raul Labrador says his office is ready to do whatever is necessary to ensure justice is fully carried out. This is a case Idaho News 6 has followed for you since the very beginning. Find our complete coverage on our website, idahonews6.com. And find our special coverage, the case against Brian Koberger, on the Idaho News 6 YouTube page.
I'm Karen Hua in Washington as the war in Iran officially enters its 6th month. And there's contradicting messaging whether the U.S. and Iran are in peace talks.
Well, we're back on a Tuesday. It's 14 minutes past the hour, everyone. Today, the war in Iran enters its 6th month, and President Trump is hosting 2 wartime leaders at the White House, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and Ukrainian President Zelensky. ABC's Karen Hua is in Washington with the details.
It's been 5 months since President Trump started the war with Iran. Back in March, he said it would last up to 5 weeks.
Right from the beginning, we projected 4 to 5 weeks, but we have capability to go far longer than that.
Today, President Trump is hosting both Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and Ukrainian President Zelensky. Things could get tense. Israel fears a U.S. deal with Iran would only strengthen Iran, while Ukraine recently attacked an Iranian ship it believed was carrying weapons to Russia. Meanwhile, there's conflicting messaging about peace talks. The U.S. stopped bombing Iran after 13 straight days, and Trump insists friendly talks are ongoing. But Iran denies any direct talks are happening.
We're having good talks, so we'll see what happens. I think there's a good chance that something could happen. And if it does, good. If it doesn't, we go back to doing what we were doing 2 days ago.
With the Strait of Hormuz still shut down, Americans here at home are paying the price. When the war started in February, gas prices averaged $2.98 per gallon. Today, the average is $4.11. But during a visit to Michigan, President Trump claimed, without evidence, everything is cheaper since the start of the war.
Now eggs are much lower than they were when we first started, and that's true with everything else.
A new Pew poll shows only 24% of Americans give Trump's economy a positive review. 60% say his policies have made things worse. As the midterm elections quickly approach in November, just 4 months away, Republicans are getting more worried the unpopular war will hurt them. Karen Hua, ABC News, Washington.
As air quality sits at unhealthy levels across the valley, I'll break down how cities like Boise are adjusting outdoor plans and what a pediatrician says to keep top of mind.
Speaking of air quality, I mean, just look at Nampa right now. Hazy wildfire smoke just continues to sit over the Treasure Valley. Neighborhood of the day, Nampa, but mid-90s and smoky weather to start our Tuesday. We'll be talking about the rest of the forecast coming up.
Air quality is impacting events, concerts, and summer camps around the valley. I'm your Boise neighborhood reporter Brady Caskey, asking Boise Parks and Rec how they make the decision to pivot outdoor activities, and asking a local pediatrician what parents need to keep top of mind.
If you've lived in Boise a long time, you'll know that smoky days are not uncommon.
Boise Parks and Rec Director Sarah Arkle says unhealthy air quality is forcing them to adjust their summer programming.
Our play camps at the parks, all of that programming goes indoors.
They have set parameters and they check air quality as it changes throughout the day. For example, when the index rises above 200, outdoor facilities like pools are closed to protect staff and kids.
they are at higher risk of having complications of air quality like this.
Steve Smith is a longtime pediatrician in the Valley and says poor air quality affects kids uniquely.
Children breathe at a faster rate than adults, and so they tend to take in more of the air particulates than adults.
Smith recommends avoiding strenuous activities, wearing a mask outside, staying indoors, running the AC, and an air purifier to keep your family healthy.
Sophia Cruz with the Idaho News 6 forecast.
Well, there's the smoke and then there's the heat, and Sophia joins us with that.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's just going to be super toasty after this wildfire smoke moves through. But I mean, even right now, it's a cool start to the morning. And so the good thing about the wildfire smoke is that it does keep us from warming up so rapidly. And so it does feel a little brisk. You've got Meridian in the mid-60s, 50 out in McCall, 54 waking up into Ketchum, 65 over in Twin Falls as well. But it's still a very smoky and hazy start to the day no matter where you're waking up. So it's very dense over the Treasure Valley, even over portions of our mountains. It does slowly start to mix out slightly this afternoon, and we see some brief relief into that 5 o'clock hour, specifically in areas like Idaho City, Pine, Mountain Home, down into Lucky Peak, but it is still not going to be the clearest day that we've seen. And so I've been watching our air quality throughout much of the morning. It's the worst right now between Weiser and Ontario. That stretch of I-84 is closed, so you can't even go that way anyways. But if you are or you do live or work in those areas, you want to make sure that you are spending time inside, not outside. Even into the heart of Meridian, Nampa, Caldwell, still unhealthy here as well. And so this just means that the wildfire smoke can affect everyone, not just the sensitive groups. And those sensitive groups are out in the Boise Metro, where this does include anyone with heart or lung conditions. So generally our air quality forecast for today and tomorrow still unhealthy. So it's just best to be inside, listen to your body. You don't want to feel the symptoms of wildfire smoke. It doesn't feel great. You've got though 96 this afternoon in Boise, 99 in Mountain Home, still some triple digits. You've got 101 out into Glens Ferry, but either way, we're not seeing the century mark. So a little relief in those temperatures, but we aren't necessarily done with the heat just yet. When we look at our temperature outlook walking into August 3rd through the 7th, it's still hotter than normal with that high pressure that just remains super stubborn over the west coast, bringing in the southwesterly flow, pushing in this wildfire smoke, and also bringing us still some hot days ahead. And so we can, and it looks like we will be seeing still triple digits in the forecast, but it doesn't look like we will necessarily be seeing as many with the wildfire smoke. I'm thinking we'll be anywhere between 98 to 100 heading into the weekend. I don't really think we'll be closer to 103 because that smoke is getting so dense. Now into next week, we do look at the cool down. You've got a dry cold front coming Sunday, and so that knocks us down to the upper 80s by Monday, and then beyond that, we do see temperatures rise once again. So we're not, again, out of the way. The heat isn't done, unfortunately, and in addition to this, we don't have any rain chances still, so it's still important to keep wildfires at the top of mind. Avoid outdoor burning. This is also for that first week of August as well. And again, if you want to send in any photos you have of the wildfires or just smoke that you're seeing in your neighborhoods, you can do so on our Facebook group page, Idaho Neighborhood Weather Network, and it's also a good way just to stay in tune with the forecast. Now, we do still have upper 90s tomorrow afternoon, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, though triple digits on the way, and then we see a slight cool down into Monday. I'm Sophia Cruz, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Coming up in our next half hour, we'll talk about your morning commute too.
In Haley, how law enforcement in Blaine County is changing their approach when handling people with mental health issues. Law enforcement in Blaine County has a new tool to help neighbors in crisis.
The Sheriff's Office just launched a new crisis co-response team. It pairs a licensed behavioral health clinician with a sheriff's deputy. They will patrol daily and serve as backup for officers dealing with mental health calls. The goal is to keep people out of jail and the emergency room. Clinician Benson Blair says the team offers a gentler approach.
We can help people who may not necessarily need to be in jail or in hospitals if they're experiencing a behavioral health crisis.
The team will also follow up with individuals after their first contact to connect them with resources. Sheriff Morgan Ballas hopes this new model will reduce jail intake and ER visits by up to 70%.
Thanks for joining us this morning on Good Morning Idaho, everyone. We've got a lot more in store. Here's a look at what's still to come from your neighborhood reporters.
In Owyhee County, we're getting a first-hand look at the big grass fire that started near the Idaho-Oregon border.
In Twin Falls, neighbors showed up at a police department budget presentation to speak out against flock cameras.
neighborhoods across the Treasure and Magic Valleys, telling stories from within our communities. This is Good Morning Idaho.
Good morning, Idaho. It's 6:30, and I'm senior reporter Roland Barris. Great to have you along, everybody. I wish I could say that the smoke conditions have improved, but as you can see behind me, they have not, unfortunately. The fires are where we start this morning with new evacuation orders out of eastern Oregon. Neighbors near Ventura and the surrounding area have been told to go now. The Malheur County Sheriff's Office says emergency personnel may not be able to help you if you stay behind, so take this very seriously. If you need help with livestock, the Sheriff's Office asks you to call them at the number on the bottom of your screen there. And then, of course, call 911 if you are in immediate danger. The Coleman Creek fire has burned more than 146,000 acres. Also in eastern Oregon, westbound lanes along I-84 remain closed this morning between Ontario and Baker City. You'll see the signs on the interstate here in the valley telling you about it. The Oregon Department of Transportation says interstate access is for local traffic only, specifically for neighbors who may live or work between Ontario and LeGrand. Proof of residency or employment will be required. Officials have not shared when the interstate might reopen. The closure first started around 7:30 yesterday morning. Now, in Owyhee County, officials say time is of the essence right now as neighbors and ranchers continue to battle the big grass fire pretty much by themselves. Neighborhood reporter Victoria Rodriguez has a story.
The big grass fire that started near the Idaho-Oregon border has prompted evacuations and help from nearby agencies into the Owyhee County area. I'm neighborhood reporter Victoria Rodriguez getting a first-hand look at the fire and why local agencies and ranchers are urging for more help. The big grass fire has burned hundreds of thousands of acres across Owyhee County, just 25 miles southwest of Silver City. Owyhee County Sheriff Larry Kendrick and Canyon County Sheriff Kieran Donahue invited us into the burn area, where blackened hillsides, active flames, and dead livestock show just how devastating this fire has become. Sheriff Kendrick says more than 100 cattle have been killed, multiple homes have been destroyed, and ranchers are still working to save what they can.
But above anything else, we don't want loss of life. And that's what it was going to lead to if we didn't get help. People were going to die.
Well, let's hope they get the help they need. Let's check in with Sophia Cruz now. And obviously the conditions continue with lots of smoke in the skies. Are we going to get any more lightning? That's a question I want to know.
Not necessarily in the forecast for us today. We do have a chance for isolated thunderstorms well to the east. But for us, the really bigger picture in the weather story this week is wildfire smoke and heat. We aren't looking at really many rain chances in the forecast ahead, and so that's a problem too. But downtown right now, it's a very smoky start to the day. This is what the past couple days have looked like. Today will be no different. You've got mid-60s walking out the door. You can see that southwesterly flow just aiding all of that wildfire smoke to move into southwest Idaho, and so it's a very smoky and hazy start to the day. So this continues, and as it does sit over us, one benefit it does give is that it keeps us from warming up so rapidly. So the morning starts with a nice cool 60. The afternoon, though, mid-90s. So not as hot as we saw last week rolling, where we saw almost triple digits every single day, and so there's a little bit of a silver lining, is that we're not, again, warming up super fast.
Yeah, slim silver linings, but there's sunrise, sunset look pretty, and then cool in the morning.
Yep.
Those are the best thing we can say about this. All right, thanks very much, Sophia. Hey, some other good news, though, this morning. Get this, Highway 21 has reopened between Grand Jean and Banner Summit. The Idaho Transportation Department says they worked long days to clear thousands of tons of mud after a mudslide last Thursday. And that's what it looked like right there. Gosh, it's a lot of work. The Grand Jean campground and trailhead, that's going to be closed for the foreseeable future, though. Idaho Backroads neighborhood reporter Steve Dent met neighbors helping to clear up the mess. And you can see his story and all their work on our website, idahonews6.com. We turn now to Twin Falls, where neighbors are raising concern about license plate reading cameras. A Twin Falls neighborhood reporter Lorian Nettleton has a story new this morning.
Supporters say automated license plate readers like flock cameras are a tool for solving crimes, but critics warn it's creating a nationwide surveillance network. I'm your Twin Falls neighborhood reporter Lorian Nettleton at City Hall where dozens of residents turned out on Monday night to voice concerns over police department's use of flock cameras.
Freedom's not lost in one dramatic moment. It is lost one compromise at a time.
It was a full house at a Twin Falls budget presentation as scores of neighbors turned out to hear the police department outline their 2027 budget request to City Council. The topic that brought so many people out was the department's use of automated license plate readers, or flock cameras.
I'm generally in favor of the freedom of people to move and exist in the world without being watched by police departments and some corporation doing who knows what with that information.
Police Chief Matthew Hicks acknowledged the public discourse has become heated in recent weeks.
As you know, the TFPD strives to maintain, build upon the one successful thing that all the police departments have, and that's community trust. So at the core of what we do is the core of the culture of our organization.
Hicks cited several examples of how cameras cut out hours or days of gathering information while investigating some heinous crimes, including murder and kidnapping. Within weeks of installing its first automated license plate readers in 2023, TFPD apprehended a wanted out-of-state sex offender with a child victim in his car.
It does not replace the legal requirements that an officer must meet before taking enforcement action. An ALP alert is just an investigative lead. It is not proof of a crime.
But there is a growing voice of concern in many Idaho communities about how the companies that operate the network use the data.
All it takes is one corrupt council, one corrupt police chief, one corrupt policeman. Is that going to happen? Probably not, but it can. So this is spying on people a little too much.
Tyler Kane with DFlock Idaho made the trip out from Wilder.
Okay, so they're misusing the cameras beyond what other cities are, but they're also sharing federally, and by doing so and sharing federally, they're allowing searches that aren't allowed under Idaho code.
Kane has previously filed a tort claim with Caldwell, and on Monday he notified Twin Falls he would be filing a tort claim against them as well. In his presentation, Chief Hicks listed 3 concessions the department made in their budget, including opting out of a national lookup package. They would revoke permission for Flock to use Twin Falls data for training purposes, and removed a real-time video product from their fiscal year 2027 request. I'm your Twin Falls neighborhood reporter, Lorian Nettleton, Idaho News 6.
A 19-year-old Caldwell woman is dead after a hit and run in Nampa early Sunday morning. Police say 19-year-old Jade Aaliyah Ramirez was hit in a parking lot along Caldwell Boulevard just before 4:20 in the morning. She was taken to the hospital where she later died. Investigators say the driver left the scene, but detectives have since identified that person and are now interviewing them along with other witnesses. Police ask that anyone with information contact the Nampa Police Department. This morning, the Elmore County Sheriff's Office says they believe there could be more victims after the recent arrest of a man accused of multiple child sex crimes. Investigators say Alejandro Deanda was arrested after a reported sexual assault of a minor led to a larger investigation. He's now facing a long list of felony charges, including lewd conduct with a child, child sexual exploitation, and enticing a child through the internet. Detectives are asking anyone who may have information about Deanda or believes they may be a victim to contact the Elmore County Sheriff's Office. Deanda is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in court.
The Mountain Home pastor accused of sexually assaulting a woman from his church asked the judge to dismiss his case, arguing some parts of the law were too vague. I'm your Mountain Home neighborhood reporter Sahana Patel, and I was inside the courtroom when the judge denied that request. Gregory Wayne Jones is charged with one felony count of forcible penetration after a woman accused the pastor of assaulting her under the guise of spiritual healing. On Monday, a judge denied the defense's second attempt to have the case dismissed. This time, they argued the law is too vague, saying the term duress in the charge isn't clear enough for an average person to know what conduct is illegal.
A person of ordinary intelligence will not know when their relationship can be construed as coercion in that manner.
Prosecutors push back, saying the law doesn't have to spell out every possible situation to be constitutional.
There doesn't need to be absolute specificity in a statutory term in order for it to not be constitutionally infirm.
Prosecutors argued Jones would have known the alleged victim was no longer consenting because they say she told him she wanted to stop.
The alleged victim told Pastor Jones that she wanted to discontinue the process. And then despite that request, he brings her back.
The defense disputed that claim, pointing to testimony from the preliminary hearing they say showed the alleged victim never clearly said no.
I mean, the testimony was she faked the orgasm, all these things. There was never a no, that no one was intoxicated, no one was passed out. All indications were that she was giving consent to him.
Ultimately, the judge said this hearing wasn't about deciding what happened, but whether the law is constitutional. He said the state's case is presumed valid at this stage, and that a person of ordinary intelligence could understand the type of conduct the law prohibits.
I can't find that term, duress, is one that a person of ordinary intelligence can't understand. Based on that, I'm going to deny the motions to dismiss.
Jones remains out on bail and isn't expected back in court until his pre-trial conference scheduled for January 4th next year. I'm your Mountain Home neighborhood reporter Sahana Patel for Idaho News 6.
In Fruitland, 5 years after the disappearance of Michael Monkey Vaughn, his family is sharing the memories that they want the world to remember. It has been 5 years since 5-year-old Fruitland boy Michael Monkey Vaughn went missing. I'm senior reporter Riley Shoemaker, and I was there as his family honored his memory on the anniversary, and they reaffirmed their pursuit of justice.
There are people, monsters, that know where Michael is.
5 years after Michael Vaughn disappeared from his Fruitland neighborhood, his family's message has not changed.
Tell the truth. Bring our son home.
Michael's mom, Brandy, says she wanted Monday's anniversary to be about more than the criminal case moving through court, but rather a chance to remember the little boy they called Monkey, his bright smile, adventurous spirit, love of Hot Wheels, animals, and chocolate ice cream.
He was just a sweet, innocent little boy who was deeply loved and deeply missed every single day.
Stacey Wandra, the only person charged in this case, has pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder, second-degree kidnapping, and destruction of evidence in Michael's disappearance.
All right, neighborhood of the day is Nampa, mid-90s this afternoon, but look at all of the smoke along I-84. Be careful today. We'll be talking about the air quality and where the wildfire smoke is expected to grow denser this afternoon. I'll have the details coming up.
Boise River is ready for floaters again. Firefighters had to clear a large tree that had fallen into the water near Julia Davis Park, and that created a serious hazard for floaters, as you might imagine. Boise Fire says tree branches can be extremely dangerous. The current pushes you against them and can pin you there. They urge floaters to stay alert and watch out for changing conditions or obstacles in the water.
Sophia Cruz with the Idaho News 6 forecast.
All right, good morning, everyone. 6:47 is your time, and look across our neighborhoods this morning between Meridian, McCall, Ketchum, and Twin Falls. We're all waking up to cool but a very smoky start to our day, so air quality is going to be top of mind if you work outside again. This is going to be a really important forecast for you. I mean, look at all the dense smoke that we see throughout the morning into the afternoon as the atmosphere starts to mix up. There are some areas that improve, but it's generally still very smoky and dense from Weiser, Ontario, down to Murphy and areas like Lucky Peak. Right now, we are seeing our air quality improve. This just updates, so we're no longer in the hazardous category. Earlier this morning, this was pink and purple, so it is still unhealthy, yes, but it is going back down towards, again, the yellow color and hopefully towards the cleaner air. But where you see all of this red from Murphy up into Weiser, this is still in the unhealthy category, which means you can still see the effects from wildfire smoke, but it is not in the hazardous area anymore. Now, off into the Boise Metro, unhealthy for sensitive groups, so it is okay to be outside here, but the sensitive groups do include anyone with lung or heart conditions, so if that's you, want to take the precautions necessary, and it's always just best to be safe. Listen to your body. If you're outside and you don't feel well after being outside, it's more than likely because of that wildfire smoke. So today and tomorrow, our air quality forecast still in the unhealthy category. That hasn't really changed. We still have those ongoing fires over into Oregon. All right, one thing that it does provide, though, is a little relief from those 100-degree days that we've been seeing. We saw them all last week. This week, that smoke is just so dense over the Treasure Valley that we're not really getting as much sunshine sunshine, but also we're not warming up as fast either. You've got 96 out into Boise, still 101 over in Glens Ferry, which is still hot. So don't get me wrong, there are still some hot spots, but we're not all seeing the 100 to 103 degree mark. Now into August, which is right around the corner, our temperature outlook still hotter than normal. We continue to see persistent high pressure over the west, and so because of this, yes, there are still some 100-degree days and some hot days ahead of us. I'm thinking generally we'll end the work week anywhere between 98 to 100 as long as the wildfire smoke stays dense, and so that'll happen through Saturday. But into Sunday, going into Monday, we have a dry cold front coming through, so 94 into Sunday, we get down to 89 by Monday, so that is going to bring in some nice relief. But then after that, it does look like the heat does turn on again and we return near those triple digits. Now, something that also hasn't changed, and I feel like this has really been the pattern that we've seen all summer, dry and hot. Still looking drier than normal into that precipitation outlook, and again, all this because of high pressure that remains in place. It's so stubborn, it does maybe move a little bit closer over to California, but for us, I mean, it's still going to bring on that hot weather that we'll experience into August. So into the week ahead, yes, still some hot days, some smoky days. We got triple digits all the way through your Saturday into next week, upper 80s, so some slight relief on the way. All right, everyone, it's 6:50. Let's take you out to your commute now.
The Idaho News 6 traffic report is brought to you by Champion Windows.
All right, if you're heading out, just the newest update on I-84. If you are going anywhere into the lower Treasure Valley, Ontario, Baker City, those routes are now open, both the east and westbound lanes. So this is what it looks like out there. Of course, no one's on there. They just opened them. So if you were planning to head into the lower Treasure Valley anywhere for work and you need to take I-84, eastbound or westbound, those lanes are now open. So there's some good news to kick off our Tuesday morning. Here's what our I-84 looks like closer to home between 10 Mile, Locust Cove, Cranma. That one is always just shutting off. It must still be sleepy. That smoke is hanging out on the sides of the roads. If you work outside, be careful today. Drive times are slowly increasing. You've got Caldwell to downtown Boise at 31 minutes.
In this morning's GMA First Look, new details on Nolan Wells and his July 4th trip to Horn Island.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking.
New audio released of the frantic call from the boat Nolan Wells was supposed to have taken ashore.
There are 0 adults on board. Nobody here is over the age of 21.
Documents obtained by ABC News show that boat set off for Horn Island just before 10 a.m. Wells and his friends arrived at 11:14. For the next 5 hours, the boat was stationary until it left at 4:31 p.m. without Wells. Friends said they did not abandon him. Rather, the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources reported his friends saying Wells was in the company of an unknown female and that he chose to remain at the island. Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more as investigators work to determine what happened to Nolan Wells. With your GMA First Look, I'm Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
The big grass fire that started near the Idaho-Oregon border has prompted evacuations and help from nearby agencies into the Owyhee County area. I'm neighborhood reporter Victoria Rodriguez getting a first-hand look at the fire and why local agencies and ranchers are urging for more help. The big grass fire has burned hundreds of thousands of acres across Owyhee County, just 25 miles southwest of Silver City. Owyhee County Sheriff Larry Kendrick and Canyon County Sheriff Kieran Donahue invited us into the burn area, where blackened hillsides, active flames, and dead livestock show just how devastating this fire has become. Sheriff Kendrick says more than 100 cattle have been killed, multiple homes have been destroyed, and ranchers are still working to save what they can.
But above anything else, we don't want loss of life. And that's what it was going to lead to if we didn't get help. People were going to die.
Self-confessed killer Brian Kohberger is seeking to withdraw his guilty plea, claiming that he was coerced into admitting that he stabbed 4 University of Idaho students. In documents obtained by Idaho News 6, he claims his attorneys failed to tell him about what he calls exculpatory evidence, including clumps of unknown hair found in the hands of Ethan Chapin, one of the victims in the killings. The handwritten petition also asked for the case to go to trial because he claims he was convinced defendants to falsely confess by coercion, disinformation, false promises, and the withholding of exculpatory evidence.
In Twin Falls, neighbors showed up at a police department budget presentation to speak out against flock cameras. The police department presented its 2027 budget request to City Council. The biggest debate was over automated license plate readers or flock cameras. Police Chief Matthew Hicks says the cameras help solve major crimes, but privacy advocates argue the data is being misused. Tyler Kane with the group DFlock Idaho says the city is allowing federal searches that violate state law.
So they're misusing the cameras beyond what other cities are, but they're also sharing federally, and by doing so and sharing federally, they're allowing searches that aren't allowed under Idaho code.
Kane notified the city he will file a legal claim against Twin Falls over the cameras. In response to the backlash, Chief Hicks announced 3 concessions. The department will opt out of a national lookup package. It will also stop the camera company from using city data for training. Finally, police dropped a real-time video product from their budget request.
And you can learn more about all these stories on our website. Just head to idahonews6.com.
Now, the Out the Door forecast, brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors.
All right, before we send you off on your Tuesday, a cool start to the morning. Smoke continues to remain in the forecast today. So again, take the precautions necessary, listen to your body, and we'll keep you up to date right here. Let's go take a look at your commute now.
The Idaho News 6 traffic report is brought to you by Champion Windows.
All right, just getting a glimpse around some of our neighborhoods. Milwaukee Street and West Park Street, a very quiet start to the morning if you're heading in this direction. And then off of Capitol Boulevard, looks a little busier if you're heading towards Main Street, but overall still a good morning here. And then, man, it is really busy. If you are heading towards Chinden Boulevard, give yourself extra time. All right, everyone, make it a great day. Be kind to yourself and others, and we'll keep you up to date right here through GMA.